Hey, I had a request for some turnarounds or double stops. I got it. Double stops that relate to blues plus some blues licks. Let's try using the fourth and second strings. There's a double stop relating to an E or E7 chord. Hopefully you know an E7 chord. So that's like a ninth fret, fourth string, and second string. And I'm just going to take it down one fret, one more fret, which is the same shape. The double nines, double eights, double sevens, and now this is going to be a 6 and a 5 on the fourth and second strings. I think it's really important to use middle and ring fingers for that, because watch how the index finger lands there. Plus, middle finger stays on the fourth string. First string, or second string. That's kind of bluesy. Now, when the band goes to the A chord, you can just take it up here. That's at the 14th fret. So that's an idea about moving from an E chord to an A chord. And they call that the 1 and the 4 chord. So that's a 1 and a 4. Now the other chord is called a 5. The 5 is B7. And for that, we can come up here. It's going to be the exact same thing, which is nice. It's not so hard. We can make it more complicated, but usually the more simple works great. So this is double 16s, double 15s, double 14s, and then your angle shape, the 11 and 12. So those are kind of pleasant, happy sounding licks. They're not all cranked out and mean and super dissonant. They're kind of just pleasant, which is important to be able to control your soloing and not play everything like super angry, like kind of wow, you know. This is more just blending in with the band. And plus, the important thing is you're following the chord progression. So let me try to do the thing with the metronome. I'll play these double stops. Let's go about 103. Whoa. Woo. All right. Even though I know that sound a little square, but a lot of the practice I do is very kind of structured and square. I don't get super wigged out and play super abstract. I keep it all kind of tidy. And then when you play live, you can vary it more. You know, when you really need to. First, I want to understand the structure. Then I'll get wild with it later. So if you wanted to expand that and get a little more loose, I'm going to take the metronome down to 98. Now I'll try to get a little more expressive. So I was adding a few extra, this is just off the top of my head. So I was adding some, extra. I kind of forgot what I did. But I moved down here and up here and just standard blues licks. But you could hear the chord progression in there versus the thing I'm concerned about is that sometimes if you just learn a scale, that can sound a little too scaly, which it's not the worst thing. At least you're in the right key. But if you can make your scales and licks sort of steer them with the chord progression, it's going to sound a lot more harmonious and like you really know what you're doing. And the term that we use for that is called chord tone soloing. So that's something that I use most of the time when I'm soloing. I want my licks to match the chord progression. Alright, so there's just a couple of ideas about double stops. Remember, you can take double stops a string over, like if you want to go first and third string. For this video I chose mainly second and fourth strings, but you could take it over to the third and fifth strings, which might look like let's see, what would that look like? Oops. That's pretty cool. So that's something maybe we can do on another video. But I just thought for this one, we'll go on second and fourth string. Alright, that's it. That's just a little bit of double stops. We can do a whole bunch more of that if you like double stops. I do. They do sound great. They're pretty simple too because it's the same shape. Really, one more thing. Remember, it's just a flat shape, same fret, or an angle shape, one fret apart. And you just got to kind of do it and get used to it, and then you can plug it into any key. So we just pick key of E to make it kind of simple. Thanks a lot.